That we did. And number 3.
They said they can barely hear it,
Oh,
so
okay.
I went ahead and
That
turned
better?
that mic up.
Are they working now?
They're working out. Hey, but you know what's awesome is we did all those jokes and introductions, and
Nobody cares.
So that's cool.
That's cool. Can you hear us now? There we go. Now it's
Yeah,
working
of course,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was just down.
Can't have one stream without nothing going wrong.
Super fast opening trailer.
That's right.
This is Dunham. This is Sabrina. This is Chris.
That's right.
We'll cover all that.
Oh,
by the way, Michael's not with us.
That's right. He's alive.
We have some exciting things to talk about.
That's right.
Yes.
So now we're caught up. And since our last broadcast, we released Update 2. We've also released our master beta content yesterday.
Walk.
And another thing we're going to cover in today's show is what's in our next update. And of course, we're going to show off some new content of what's in that update. Specifically, it's related to Halloween. We hope you guys like that. But first, before we get started and do anything else, just a quick reminder, if this is the first time you're seeing Offensive Combat, that's what this game is. You can see it there on the scroll. You can play it at offensivecombat.com for free.
Thanks, Johnny.
Wow.
It's true.
I wish it was more like 2/3 less gay, but clearly that's not the case.
I'm sorry, you can't do any better than you're at right now. You don't have any other female employees.
This is a console-quality first-person shooter playable in your browser, and it's in open beta right now. You don't need any codes or anything to get in. Just go to offensivecombat.com, and you can log in and play the game. And, of course, as our scroll says right there, you can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/offensivecombat and follow us on Twitter at Euphoria Games. You guys talk. I just talked a lot.
Hey, you kind of covered it, dude. What are we
Yeah,
supposed to
we're-
talk
There we
about? Yeah.
Yeah,
Done.
some big things, right? We're just about 2 weeks into open beta, finding all kinds of fun issues that we're attacking, fixing. Got a bunch of new content going in next week, which we're going to talk about today.
Yep.
I'm excited.
One last thing I want to do. I
stuff.
want to give a special shout out to White Boy 7th Street on YouTube. Sends a lot of folks our way in terms of awareness. So thank you, White Boy. We appreciate it. And check out his channel, White Boy 7th Street. You'll be able to check that out pretty easily. He has a lot of followers. Probably already subscribed to him now, but go ahead and do that.
I've seen a bunch of his stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
On 7th Street. Yeah. So first off, let's do the week in review. During last week's broadcast, at the end, we released Update 2. We didn't have any new content in it, but we did have a couple of fixes. Namely, we have... Well, what do we have in it? I don't want to...
I don't know. What did we have in it?
We had better login reliability.
Sorta.
Network improvements.
Yeah. No, I mean, every single week we do a drop. Sometimes you'll get content, but more than likely it's fixes related to things that people have found that have been reported or things we found here. And generally speaking, every single week you're going to see improvements on the game. Faster frame rate, better lag, better serving up and things like that. And so I can tell you that the next week's build, we have some pretty massive improvements on the tech side.
Huge.
Throbbing. Really, really huge. Maybe less throbbing, but okay. Really huge. And see what she has to deal with. And then we also have a ton of content, which I know we're gonna hit on later.
And we're gonna
as we go through the show, and we're gonna show some actually,
right.
and some stuff that I think people expected, and I think some unexpected stuff as well, which is really fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Another thing that we did is we reinstated the friends list with limited functionality.
I know.
Sabrina.
Functionability.
Functionality. It's a new word. I just invented it.
And it's only limited because of you overachieving networking people who friend everybody on the list.
That's right.
Well, and that was actually something that we caught, right? So we had so many people signing up, and so many people friending each other that we realized that our friend accept/chat system was not scaling as well as we'd like, and so we actually took a lot of that offline. We're actually doing some fixes even as we speak today on making the login experience better. And so one thing we want to make sure of is if there are problems with those other systems, that they don't affect people that are currently playing. And so that's what we're working on today, is making sure that if somebody does experience a problem, they don't affect everybody else.
Exactly. We also debuted our new trailer, which you guys kind of saw before. Well, two things.
In 2 seconds.
One, you saw a rough cut of it during our open beta party we had a few weeks ago. It wasn't quite finished, but we went ahead and released it early because we're impatient. And then also we had hits it for about 5 seconds, and it was about 90 seconds and 5 seconds at the beginning of this broadcast.
Yeah, if you missed the beginning of the show, we had our trailer show, and it was showed in about 12 seconds.
Yeah,
super fast.
if you blinked at any point in the beginning of our show, you probably missed our new trailer, but
That's
don't
right.
worry.
For the old guys in the audience, the Benny Hill song was playing in my head.
Although, unfortunately, most old people in the audience probably couldn't keep up because everything was going so fast.
They couldn't actually chase the nurse.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Like that.
Did you ever watch that show?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
actually, I grew up in a
That's
household
funny
full
as hell.
of grandparents and old people.
Yep.
Benny Hill.
Grandparents and old people.
Another thing that we mentioned it earlier, we released the Master Beta collection yesterday. That is Master Beta.
We got that. I got
That's
that.
right. No, I'm just letting them know because I said it quickly. And
You played the video quickly, too.
I did.
Interesting.
If you were a closed beta tester and you wanted in the Master Beta collection, all you had to do was have an email address that works and make sure you played at least one game. So chances are you got an email from us yesterday, got your 35 credits.
I got mine. I was part of it. I
You're
felt like I was
Insectocutioner.
instrumental in the closed beta, and so I appreciated my 35 credits.
Dublin Johnny, don't you worry. You will be getting rid of me from this live streams starting next week, so you'll be fine.
That's right.
Your wishes.
You're going to be left with Michael and I and somebody else each
That's
week.
right. No. Are you going to come back next week, you think?
Well, I mean, we have
Maybe.
many people.
That's right.
Depends on what I have to do.
It actually depends on how it goes today.
We'll
And
see
then
how-
she'll decide if she actually
I
wants
know.
to hang out.
It
with us
depends
again.
on how much I can take.
We'll see what kind of soul
of
Dublin
this
Johnny.
today.
We'll see what kind of soul Dublin Johnny has in his yes
Yeah.
comment when he finds out
See-
why I won't be here. Which,
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
we'll see how that goes over.
Yeah.
And then also, the content that we're going to work on today, we just got done playing it, and we're going to show you a pre-recorded video of that. That's really cool.
So exciting.
You guys are learning. It's
very cool.
It's what you think. It's what you want and more. I think. How's that for?
Before you go on, I want to, because we didn't do this last week, we have a bunch of new people come into the chat, and what you're looking at right now is a free-to-play first-person shooter in the browser, and it's a very high quality, right? Something you see every day, and it's in open beta right now, so anybody can go to offensivecombat.com and actually just create an account and start playing today. Tons of players, lots of action, lots of competitiveness on the servers right now, and so we've got some vet players on there, and we've got a lot of noobs, so it's a really nice combination of people getting mowed down and people teaming together to actually get those guys that are a little bit more experienced. So I really like the action that's happening right now.
And to give you an idea of how we do this is, or how often we update the game, from closed beta to open beta, 3 maps total that have been added, a whole bunch of new functionality, new features. You were going to say, Sabrina?
Oh, no, I was just going to remind everybody that we really value your opinion as people who play our games. So please go to the forums at our website. We're at Euphoria. Games.com, and we just type your suggestions, type your feedback, anything that you want us to add or work on. Just let us know, and we really do. We follow that. We want to make you happy, and we will do what we can to make that happen. So
It's true. I would say most of the studio follows the stream, posts in the forums, and if they don't post, they at least read it. We talk about it all the time. We share Canna Banana's GIFs that he makes that are also very good. One of our longtime fans.
And if you don't post on the forums, then we don't know how you feel about things.
Right.
And everybody's comment, just like on our team, everybody's comment is relevant. We may or may not make the change based on a lot of other stuff that's going on in the background and things that we know about the game that you might not. But your voice is being heard, and I'd say 90% of the changes that we've made over the last couple of builds were related directly to feedback that was drummed up and talked about from the community. So, as Sabrina said, it's very, very important that you continue to do that. And as our community grows, you're going to have more people to support your ideas, and then it becomes more influential in making us make changes. And so that's good, too, to rally together and try to support your ideas.
Speaking of the community, we have 2 shirts we'd like to give out. I'm going to let these guys determine who goes to. We have 2 of them. We have this one, which is the Just Ponent shirt, which you might also recognize from in the game. There it is.
There it
Just
is.
Ponent. And we also have...
I was going to hold it for you, but okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
And then we have the Cockshot shirt.
The traditional.
That's right.
This is the irreverent, and this is the traditional.
That's right, yeah.
Irreverent traditional.
That's right. Or backwards. And all you guys have to do is let us know when we pick you, which we will do throughout the show. We're going to pick folks at random, specifically these 2, and go ahead and pick one. Someone on the
Just
chat
randomly?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, come on. We're not going to make
yeah,
him work
really.
for it? Sheesh. I'm too sexy for my shirt, says Caleb Stephen Z.
So, Caleb Stevens, you want to give him a shirt?
Yeah, let's give him a shirt.
All right, Caleb Stevens, send us
like
a private
sexy, we
message
do.
at Offensive Combat up there on Twitch TV. Send us the address you want us to send the shirt, your preferred size, and which one of those 2 shirts you want, the Just Ponent or the Cockshot shirt, and we'll send it out to you. It takes about 1 to 2 weeks, unless you're too far away. Then
I know how he feels.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. do you have something you have to... No, don't Facebook me, Caleb. Put it on the put it in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Am I clicking too much?
No, I can hear your squeaky pen.
The pen is
Oh,
going.
nice.
It's picking up on the...
Nice.
It hurts.
So that's our week in review. That was fun.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was it.
We covered
Wow.
a lot
I guess
really
it's
fast.
only a week.
Yeah.
So.
It is.
We had a lot going on in that week, though.
We did. You know, there
Also,
was...
no relation to Jeff Dunham. I'm not a puppeteer.
Oh, really?
Bummer.
Yeah.
Are
The
you
chat
sure?
room is wondering that.
Bummer, because I liked you a lot more, and then now...
Yeah, no, we were kind of hoping we'd have like special guest appearance. Way
Well,
to
possible.
let us down.
Oh, somebody says, where can I get the game? OffensiveCombat.com.
OffensiveCombat.com.
And it's
Exactly.
actually I think on the under our picture on the feed as well.
It does. It's scrolling there, but if you can't see it all in one go, just go to OffensiveCombat.com. We have people in the chat room willing to help you out if you have any questions too, by the way. We haven't mentioned that. But there are people
Yep.
who we know, who we think are cool, that
Rage-
are in the chat.
Rage the Cat in particular is one of our staff members here. That's Ben Coleman. He's in there, and he'll help you out here and there.
No pen for you.
Jalix Brown has a question. What were the unique challenges that we face in making a browser-based game as opposed to a client-based game? Chris?
Dunham? No, I'm...
Sabrina?
I smile because I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, challenges. There's tons of challenges. First and foremost, there's not a lot of, I've been making games for 22 years now, and so there's a lot of times you have reference, whether it be film or something that you can go, I want it to look like this and feel like this, and there's not any game right now that runs in a browser that looks like this, and so the hardest part, I think, simply was having it be of high fidelity like this and actually still run in a web browser, not running at 1 frame a second. So we've accomplished that, and more, right? It's a competitive game now on an authoritative server in a browser that looks really great, and we're really excited about what we did. So that was the biggest challenge. Other biggest challenge is working with all these guys.
In one room, yeah.
Yeah, sheesh.
With no ventilation. Demkin just wants Sabrina to know that bringing a woman is a plan to bring in some viewers, and it works. They're
Nice.
there because he heard your
thanks.
sexy voice. So there you go.
Programming language, C#, C, C++. All the technical, nerdy questions. I'm going to just catch those in non sequiturs. I'm just going to answer questions.
Anti-Solar Flare wants to know if we can make SMGs and shotties primaries or not secondaries. That's an interesting question. Could we? Or is that something
What?
we'd have to consider?
What was the question?
If we'd make SMGs and shotguns secondaries or primaries instead of secondaries.
We could, but then you wouldn't have a cool-ass weapon in your primary and a cool-ass weapon in your secondary.
There you go.
I mean, if, a lot of people have said things like, well, they're just as powerful in both slots, and we're like, yes. Isn't that awesome? No, I mean, if we don't have any cruddy weapons, and therefore they could all be primaries, we could take out the secondary weapon entirely, I think, at this point. And that's cool. I think that makes it feel really balanced. I don't think secondary weapons, and I don't think the team feels secondary weapons should be crappy. I think they should just be your off weapon, your offhand weapon, and so something that might shoot faster, or something that reloads faster. A lot of people like the Razor, and a lot of people like some of the other weapons that are secondary weapons, and so because they like them so much, they feel that they should be primaries, that they shouldn't have to switch to number
Yeah.
2. I get that, but they're still the primary is the assault rifle and the sniper, just pretty traditionally. So
So if, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, as
2
someone
primary
who
slots, I
plays
said, yeah.
as a sniper myself, I mean,
Yeah.
I only take out my primary weapon as a sniper really when I'm in position for that. Most of the time, I'm actually running around with my secondaries.
yeah, and that's a pretty standard strategy across all shooters, and
And it's
it would
really
suck
just the
though.
way you play.
Wouldn't it suck if you had only an SMG in your primary and you had to have a pistol or something in your
Well,
secondary?
yeah,
That would
I
suck.
it's more about
I guess-
stealth and movement.
Yeah, run and gun. Well, no, it's about running right at guys and trying to kill them as fast as possible.
Yep.
Now-
Iron Lurker wants to know what your game name is.
My game name is Barn Owl.
There you go.
I am the Barn Owl.
And normally
Nice.
you see Sabrina in the chat room.
Lurker is a
every
stalker,
week.
Dublin Johnny says. By the way.
Usually you see her with Rage the Cat Ben in the chat room every week. She helps us out here.
Yeah, my
and
name in the
you see
chat
it.
is Annie Barn Owl. That's Annie for animation because I am the animator here.
She's the
What
animation
person?
I
team.
make it move. I'm
Yeah.
the department. I am stuck in the corner where I talk to my characters and get them to move for me. It's really
Later,
kinda creepy.
later in the show, she's going to be doing several of the Pwn animations live. So
Yes,
stay tuned.
we have video content of this.
It's coming soon. So one of the things that we're going to show you later is the new content. But before we show that content, one of the things we also are working on are some additional updates. You mentioned it earlier in the show. What are some of the things that we're working on the technical side to improve the game that you think are going to that people are really going to enjoy? And
I really should
appreciate?
prepare for these things, shouldn't I?
Yeah. I only sent it to you 4 hours ago.
No, I mean, there's just a ton. There really is a ton of stuff. I'm trying to think about what it is, but there is a ton of stuff. We're really working a lot on. So, some people are complaining about disconnecting after rounds. We think we have a fix for that.
Mhm.
Some people, there's times where the servers struggle, and then they people get dropped out and disconnect. We're definitely working on that. And then also we're working on geolocation of servers as well, which is a
Mhm.
big thing that will improve lag significantly, so that appropriate people are playing on servers that are closest to them. And so that's a big change that I'm looking forward to. And that's just this week, right?
And then we're also looking on increasing sign-in reliability even more.
No question.
Correct.
Well, and yeah, I mean, you'll be able to log in no matter what everybody else is having problems with.
Mhm.
And before there was much more of a combined login issue. When something went wrong, everybody had trouble logging in. I'm sure some of the people on in the game have experienced this, where even I'm like, why can't I log in? And then
You're waiting
turns
there
out
in
it's
the
my
lobby
turns out it's my
forever.
fault. So yeah, exactly. You're waiting in the lobby. And so yeah, we're working on all that stuff. It's all kind of interconnected. So it's one big fix that's gonna be fixing all that. Last week, you may have noticed you're seeing a lot less pink guys, and
Mhm.
the things are loading faster, and that service was improved significantly. And so it might just be in the background. You might not notice it, but it was a lot faster. In some cases, 5-10 times faster. And more reliable, so you're not seeing everybody not loading in their characters. You will see one occasionally have an error and have a pink outfit, but it's definitely much improved.
So I think it's a really good time to mention to everyone, if you're just joining us, it's the first time you've seen the game, as our scroll says beneath the window. You want to play this game, Offensive Combat, no install required, it runs in a browser. Go to offensivecombat.com, sign up for an account, you play now,
Yeah.
you're good.
Play free, just jump in, have
Mhm.
fun, and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
I think Zuna Fucks and I could have a pretty deep technical conversation, it looks like, because all he's asking is technical issues.
Yeah, how'd you get .NET working on
That's
Mac
a good
and Linux?
question. I'm not going to answer it on the show, because it's
Okay.
going to bore the hell out of everybody. So
No. We also
sorry,
had,
Zuna.
we also had a comment earlier, if it's possible, from Iceweird, who's a very frequent player of the game, wants to know if it's possible for us to allow to pick a loadout before the first death. That's something that we allow and we consider.
You mean when you're in the wait state for the game to start?
I assume that's what he means.
That's
That's how I took it.
That's possible, and that's a comment I've heard before. So definitely, put that on the board, the message boards, and we'll consider it for sure.
Anti-Solar Flare wants to know if they can commentate the game. Obviously, you do have your own YouTube channel, and you can go and check that out at Anti-Solar Flare on YouTube. Someone who's,
Absolutely, stream away.
There you go. And that's one of the things we really want to encourage is if you are playing the game, stream it, put it on YouTube, tell your friends about it. We want people to play the game and to see it, to know about it.
Yeah, Iceweird follow-up, yes, after changing the map. So it would be at the beginning of the match when you're waiting for players to enter, because we do have some matches where you actually have to wait for the rest of the players to show up before you can start, and then, of course, during map transitions.
And a correction, Anti-Solar Flare's channel's on Twitch, not YouTube. Sorry about that. Square One wants to know if this game is intended to be competitive or lend itself more to tournaments, or meant to just be a casual, fun game.
I'd say it's both. I mean, it's a competitive gameplay, but it's also so, wacky and fun, and you can just get in with people you know and have a good time. And so it's really just how you choose to play it. It's one of those games where you don't have to play it so seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Why so serious?
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I think I couldn't have said it better myself, but I'm going to add to that and say,
Please do.
no, I think the cool thing is exactly what she said, which is it's fun, but it also can be competitive. You really have a couple of different sets. You have people playing at a very high level competitively together and having a lot of fun doing that. And then you have people that are just stopping by and playing for a few minutes and then ponying their friends and then going on their merry way. And so it's not very often where you see a game that doesn't take itself too seriously, but can be serious in its core gameplay experience. And so that's kind of a unique combination.
Michael Shore, lead designer, has hopped in the chat there, as you can see, and is asking the typical question that we do get every week, which is always relevant, I think, and that's, is the game pay to win?
Shore is actually asking this question.
Yeah, I think
How
he's trying
funny.
to get it out of the way.
Nobody's asked Shore. What the heck? Well, from the start, we actually designed the game, and Michael Shore and I like to say it's, play to win or fair to play. We really built it so that anything that was in the game that can be purchased with coin that's game changing can also be bought with credits or vice versa. And so somebody that doesn't have a lot of time, like myself, can spend a few bucks and get a weapon that might take hours to get otherwise. And somebody that doesn't want to pay can grind away and have the same fun experience that the person paying has, and neither of them have an advantage over the other. It's very well balanced that way.
What's an example of something that's only credits, which is bought with real money? What is something?
There's only a handful of things, and they're usually related to vanity items. So, and even some of those I've changed recently to actually be coin purchasable as well. But it would be more vanity items, like a particular pwn that we only sell with cash.
Mm-hmm.
With the spins.
Spins, yeah,
Spins are
respins.
the credits.
You get free spins, and you can buy spins with. You can buy the spin slots with coins, but the respins themselves cost credits. And so not a ton, to be quite honest. There's only a handful of things, and so, and they're not usually game
I
changers.
swear, don't we leave? We value you.
You can't. Oh, I swear, you can pay to win all you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Feel free to buy as many credits as you like.
One thing I do want to point out that a good example of something you can pay credits only, which I think is for a good cause, is our Boobies Rule shirts. Those are credits only, and that's because the proceeds of that goes to breast cancer research, and this is breast cancer awareness.
That's
So-
true. And
Save
actually, I want
the girls, people.
to say how disappointed I am with the community right now that nobody's buying those shirts in droves, because the cash from that is going to those charities. So
Were
I want to
they
make.
aware of that before? Was that something that we made very
We
clear?
did
Yes.
make it clear, and so I want people to get in there and actually get those shirts. And I think come next week, we may even have more of those. And so I want people to get in there and actually support those causes, because this is one of those few games where we can actually put stuff in that can actually not only just be fun and zany, but also help good causes. So.
And I have spoken with our marketing and PR team recently about that, just to see what's on the docket, and they are sending out actually a press release about the Boobies Rule thing, some more press awareness stuff. So there'll be a gentle reminder out there, hopefully on every site.
Zero bought one. That's true.
Yes.
Zero does have one, by the way. And thank you, Zero,
Thank you,
Zero
Zero.
Warrior
for being a
is
good example.
Awesome. He's also a QuakeCon champion.
He is our QuakeCon champion, and he's setting a good example for everybody. So
So for that earlier question,
since Zero has one, why don't you guys have one?
right, everyone's doing
Yeah.
it.
He
But
jumped off the bridge. God.
I think the fact that Zero won our QuakeCon tournament shows that it does lend itself towards competition. We did have that tournament that he won. That's a pretty good turnout, and I think a really good reaction at the show. And that's just the beginning of much bigger plans. And that was with a big thanks to our friends at Cyber Sports Network and QuakeCon. So thanks to you guys for helping us out.
I want to answer Magic Merlin's comment about the game has so much lag. I think that there are times when the game does get laggy. It definitely depends on where you're playing from, and I think the fixes that we have going in this week will put people on the right servers. Keep in mind that this is not an international open beta right now, yet we don't stop people from international territories from playing right now, and so at times you'll have a lot of people playing from other countries.
Didn't you say we had a bunch of people jump on from Brazil
We
the
had
other
something
day?
like 6,000 people from
Brazil.
Brazil all in the course of a few hours.
Keep it up.
Yeah, it's awesome, right? But it also, and they were having a good experience, but at times that can cause some others that are further away from the point of entry, and they had a really good connection to our servers. They have a worse experience because of that. So, but that's being addressed this week, and so we're going to have servers in Europe, and we're going to have several different server locations across the U.S., and so you're likely going to play on something that's very fast. We know for a fact that when we play on something that's closer to us, that we have no problems with lag whatsoever. So we're looking forward to that.
Terenzin is taking me back to my days on the SOCOM team and wants to know if we're going to add lean to left and right to the game. Is that something in the plans, or do you think that's a little bit more tactical than the sort of game
Yeah,
that
well, I think it's also cover related, and we do have cover in our game, but generally speaking, it's either hide or run and gun, and
Yeah, it's a little fast-paced for...
we're put.
Demkin, you said that we should include a Gangnam style poning.
Gangnam.
Gangnam.
I was practicing. I was going to sing the song because I watched the Saturday Night Live over and over and over, and I just
My
can't do it
goodness.
We
right
have
now.
it. It's in there. Sabrina made it.
Yeah, we
It is
actually have
there.
it. It's
Yep.
called Psyched.
Yep.
Psyched.
It's at the end of the pone list,
Psyched.
right? I think what
It is. It is. It is our crowning glory of phone.
We should probably
at
move
this
that up
point.
front, huh?
Yeah. Well, we'll see if
Let's make a note of that.
Blaine Higdon, one of our designers, is the one playing the game here. We'll see if not sure if he has it equipped or not, but maybe on his next pone. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe not. But yeah, it's in there. Play the trailer. Yeah, that's right. It's in the trailer. That's a great point from Canada Banana. We do have it. It's the end of the trailer.
It's the
You
end
can
of the
see it
trailer.
there. So go back to the beginning of the broadcast.
Yeah.
Set aside 1
Play
second for when it flashes by.
Whatever
Just
you
play,
do, don't blink.
play it at 1/10 speed that you saw it in the broadcast,
That's
and you'll
right.
see it at the end. I don't think we got to the end, didn't we? We stopped it before.
We just stopped
it was
it.
too ridiculous.
I can try to play it again. I mean, it's not gonna.
Oh, no, it's gonna play super fast,
It's
right?
not gonna break anything. Pardon me 1 second. Let's see.
Why is it
Oh.
so fast?
Let's see. Let's start.
It's probably
because
because you have the speed set faster than it's supposed to be.
There we go. Now we will talk over it.
There we go. Oh, we don't want to talk over it?
No.
I kind of
I
want
don't care.
to.
Maybe we can.
Talk, not,
Oh.
yeah. We
No-
know
no
that you're
beatboxing?
all about the audio, but
Yeah, you didn't turn the sound up either. It's this one. It's this one. Yeah. There you go.
Director's commentary. Okay, that's a slice.
It's like Mystery Science Theater. Oh, did you see that? Oh, look at that banana guy.
Lots of ass slapping,
yeah, check out that banana.
shaking. You're gonna see the Gangnam style at the end.
Gangnam.
Nom nom.
Stickler. Start
Yeah.
throwing Japanese words their way. And they
I
get all-
really wanted to call it nom nom.
No, oh yeah, I remember
She
that
wouldn't let me.
conversation.
She wouldn't let me.
No.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. And there it is.
With the lime cat.
With Yeti legs. Nice. Let's turn that sucker way down.
There you go.
Okay.
So
well,
we're back.
And we're back.
It is Korean, not Japanese.
I know. I'm saying I should throw Japanese words.
Somebody says.
Tell you how to pronounce it.
Somebody's asking
I
why.
already do.
Damn it!
Sorry.
Somebody's asking why idiots compare every game to COD.
Because it's the biggest game out there. Is
Yeah.
The answer.
It's the #1 game.
Yeah.
And so you definitely get compared to that no matter whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Whatever the #1 game is, they're always up
Yeah.
against it. Just
We
like back in the
We
early.
have a bunch of guys from the COD team on our team, so
Yeah.
you know there's always
What was,
influences from everything.
What was Call of Duty compared to before when it was first coming
Medal
out?
of
before
Honor,
it
which was the
Medal of
#1, yeah.
Yeah.
and then
which
they
a
beat
lot
up
of those
Medal of
guys
Honor.
came from the Medal of Honor team. Right.
Came from that team
Yeah.
and came from some id teams. Yeah.
Something always comes from somewhere.
And in the early 2000s, when it was less about shooters, everything was being compared to Grand Theft Auto. Right? There's always that game, that big game that everyone wants to
Yeah, I
compare
worked on
to.
True Crime and True Crime LA, and it was oh, by the way, in that genre. So
Yep.
it was a GTA game in Los Angeles. So of course it gets compared.
You cannot reinvent the wheel, people.
So come.
You can
Yeah.
do
You
it.
can
You can
just
do it in a
make
more
it
fun way, or
pretty.
different, or different. Yeah.
You guys want to show off some new content?
Yeah. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
You guys ready for some new content?
So we'll start small. One of the things that we already showed you last week, and we're going to put over Blaine's gameplay. if you don't mind. So that's the zombie. That's one of the things that you're going to see next week on the 16th. That's when we're going to see it, right? On Tuesday the 16th. Is that firm, or is it just next week?
It's Tuesday the 16th.
There you go, Tuesday the 16th.
Every Tuesday morning we have a push, and so it should happen then.
There you go. So on the 16th, the zombie will be one of the new characters that you can select. There he is doing a new poem that Sabrina did. We call it the Chiller. Has no relation whatsoever to another popular dance, right?
Not at all. Sorry.
Yeah. That Michael Jackson may or may not have.
If you hear that, that's not me doing that.
That's right. It's totally
Not at all.
coincidental. This is a character we didn't show you last week that I think is really cool. This is our alien. And this is also going to be another selection that you can get to celebrate Halloween. We think a lot of people have been asking us for this for some time in various forms.
And ironically, it's on the series, our space levels in the
That's right.
background.
Disasteroid.
Good timing.
Which is really cool. Now, why is it that the picture I saw, you see the alien here, he's doing a familiar sign from one of our favorite sci-fi shows.
He's the stretching.
Why is the one I got had a middle finger and it was turned around? Because this is a totally different picture than I saw.
That's a special alien greeting
It was
just for you.
just
Okay.
for you. And
Just
then
for you.
Well, good. I feel special then.
here's another one that we have right here. This is
Whoa.
Mucko the Clown, and this is one of our other Halloween skins and
Oh,
body
and
parts you'll
he
have.
is actually holding one of our new melee weapons
That's,
as well.
that
is
is
the
right. I didn't notice
lollipopper.
that. I didn't notice that. And you know what's funny about art? I think eventually artists start drawing themselves, and this guy looks a lot like Mark Duncan to me. So
Mark
just
Duncan, our art director.
just saying. This kind of looks like him. When he comes over to my desk, I just imagine a lollipop and just an angry clown face.
I have no.
We also have a couple other body parts that we're going to show you.
What?
That we can't. That's what they're called in the game.
I kind
that
of
we
think
can't show
I'm
you.
on the wrong channel here, people.
We can't show you here because we're still working on the character
That's
art.
true.
But a couple other characters that we have coming for next week's drops.
superhero.
Yeah, a superhero. And there's one more.
There's
one
one
more.
more, and I think that she's great. It's a she, which makes me excited, and
Thank
she's
goodness we finally have another.
very peppy.
She is peppy.
We like peppy.
We really appreciate
worry,
her too.
Don't worry, we're not going to really show any body parts.
No.
Just referring to the one in the game.
No.
The other thing we're going to show you, and we were going to do it at the end, but we can do this now.
We'll do it now and we'll show it again later.
This is a new level. We're going to debut a new level for the game on Tuesday, specifically for Halloween, and here it is.
And we must thank Spencer
Yes.
for this. Spencer is our miracle worker for this particular map.
It's pretty cool.
Let's play it. We'll play it again in a little bit. There we go. Is that the beginning? Sorta.
Here
we go.
Here's the beginning. This is pre-recorded here.
And we're actually playing in a new mode that's not being released this
Yes,
week.
this is called Terminator mode, and this is not out yet, the mode, but the map will be. Chris, can you talk a little bit about
Yeah,
the map?
it's the map is kind of a king of the hill type of map where you have the big top location, then you have the circle around. It's a big circle. So there's a lot of good rotation, but you'll see there's some secret stuff in there to jump back up to the top. And, it's meant specifically for this holiday, and it'll probably only last during that time frame. And so it's going to be one of those short-term levels that people, I think, are going to have a lot of fun with. You notice we're playing.
Watch this.
Here we go. Right.
Everyone's poning.
We actually have asymmetrical PvP, which we've been working on. We've talked about before, where it's basically 1 versus 15 other people. One guy is a badass, and the other 15 are trying to kill him as fast as they can. And then the cool thing about it is when they actually do take him out, you'll get to see what happens.
And there you're seeing
Group
some of.
ponage.
We're gonna have this on a loop here, so we'll just keep running it, even if you see it. That's our new weapon, the Bad Apple, which is a caramel apple with razor.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's on.
And there you see everybody
Yeah.
poning at once.
Terminator's dead.
We have a question coming up, and this is actually one I don't know the answer to because we've been so busy. But Chris knows the answer. He's the one that figures all that out. Are you going to be able to pick? Do you permanently own games that you buy with credits or coins that are Halloween based? So the Bad Apple or some of the Halloween skins.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do. The map is one thing, right? Where we don't charge anybody for the maps, and we may or may not stay. I noticed a couple of people actually wanted to stay, but we'll see how that goes. But all of the content that we add to the game, if you buy it permanently, it's exactly what it's called, permanent. And so, buy it permanently, you get it permanently. So we don't mind. That's the cool thing about our game, right? We can have lollipops. Heck, we built the lollipop before we built the Halloween
lollipopper
content.
was was there
Right.
before.
We built a lot of the stuff in anticipation for events like this, like Halloween, but a lot of the stuff was just we were going to do it. We were going to eventually do it anyway.
Ideas
Yeah, we were
that
just
came
going to
from
do
our
it.
Team.
Yeah, sick
much.
twisted, that's yeah, we could have called it that.
We're getting a lot of questions right now. Right. So I'll try to get them all
Yeah,
out
go
there.
ahead.
NA Solar Flare wants to know if there's going to be a character wipe upon release.
I don't think so. I hope not.
There you go. And if
Unless
there is-
somebody gets to level 50, slow down, people.
If,
No.
if there was, though, there are certain things we wouldn't wipe, correct?
No. And yeah, I do not expect this to happen. I think we're running fine, and people are having a good time, and we wouldn't wipe people's XP and unless something catastrophic happened.
Yeah, that's brown.
But if they
Sorry.
buy stuff or they earn stuff, coin,
Yeah,
credits,
you
all
earn
that stuff,
it. It's yours.
all there.
You earned it.
we can reset things without having to reset all of their goods and things like that. So
Alex Brown wants to know if there's any plans to have companies sponsoring competitive tournaments for real-life casher prizes.
absolutely.
There you go. You see, you saw it a second ago. This is pre-recorded footage, so it'll come around again. But we had the Halloween skin on the P90 there, which is a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, so
Pretty
so it doesn't just include characters and melee items and a level, as you see, but you also the weapons you currently have. We're actually selling new Halloween time-only skins, and so those only be available during a short period of time.
But if you get them, they are yours, and you can play with
That's
them.
right. They're only
at all other
available to
times during the
purchase
year.
during that time. So it'll be something that only you'll be able to have if somebody comes later into the game.
So let's run down some of the stuff you're going to get in here. This isn't all the content, but most of it. All the content we'll be announcing closer to the end of next week, so you can see on there. But new characters, we already showed you: the alien, the clown, the zombie. There's also going to be
What? A new weapon?
superhero.
There's a superhero. There's a new
Um,
weapon that's going to be coming, which
yep.
we're not talking about just yet, but I'm excited about that. We've been testing it for a while.
And if you look, you can see it on the screen.
Oh, is somebody using it? Oh, well,
And,
don't replay it now that they know.
And there's new Halloween weapon skins, obviously, and that one is for the K36, the Havoc, the Ferret, the Razor, the Furberg.
Nice.
We have the Chiller Pone, and the Bad Apple melee weapon, the weapon that Chris mentioned earlier, and that map. And there's a couple other
Well,
things. thrown
yeah,
in
there's a
there, too.
couple other things that are going to be a surprise. Actually, I was just working on the pumpkin grenade right before we started the show.
Yes.
And so the pumpkin grenade is
fantastic
fun.
surprise that is the pumpkin grenade.
Yeah, so that explodes into some awesomeness, and so
Everybody's favorite.
I'm really
Halloween
excited
feature.
about
I just added a scream to when you throw the pumpkin, and I don't know if that's going to be horribly annoying to everybody or totally awesome. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm really excited about this, and the map itself is really fun. I think it looks great. I think Spencer did a really good job with it, as did the
Yep.
rest of the art.
He would say, "There's still too much work to do.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
show this."
no,
Yeah,
I
we were
know.
really close to
But-
not showing it. He's such a perfectionist.
Yeah.
But you see, he does good work.
That's a sign of a good
I
artist.
had to
though.
I had to put him in a headlock just to get him to show it.
It's true. It was
We have
pretty entertaining,
pictures.
though.
So we're ready to
Is it an open beta? Yes, it's an open beta. If you want to play it,
offensivecombat.com. Yep, offensivecombat.com.
It's free to play. Just sign up and have
Oh,
fun.
There she is.
Hey, look! Not only is that me,
Oh, and that's
but I'm
you.
wearing a "Support the Girls, Save the Girls" shirt,
Nice.
which
I didn't even notice that,
it
but
would
yes.
be awesome if you guys. They are available, and the money that is gained through purchasing those are donated to breast cancer awareness and breast cancer research. So please, if you can, buy some of those shirts
Oh, here we
because
go.
they
Pwn time.
are content for you to have in the game, and they go to a really good cause. And this is
Exactly.
the month to do it.
and
Definitely the month to do it. Yeah, I mean, next month doesn't help as much, right?
No.
It's breast cancer
No,
awareness
it
month.
always helps. If
No,
you
but-
want to donate to proceeds for cancer research,
We'll have 'em forever,
and,
that's
you
right.
know,
we read this chat. HG Classic. We read it. We
We
see
re-
it. We're just getting a lot of questions.
Do they
Sorry.
read the chat? Of course we do. Yeah, we answer the whole time on that.
That's right.
SaveTheBoobies.com. He's right.
Alex Brown wants to know if why did we decide to base our games on real life guns as opposed to completely fictionalized guns? We have both.
Yep, we actually have guns we made up completely. The Arbiter is a great example of that gun, which is the one we give away. The Badger is also one we give away at the beginning, and those are both ones we made up a long time ago. Some of them are based around the idea of real-world weapons, and some of them are energy weapons, which are totally...
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a lot of games where you can actually pick out a energy or plasma weapon for your primary, and then have a either realistic weapon or sort of slightly futuristic weapon that's ballistic in your secondary, and then run around with a kielbasa
Yeah.
and beat people, and then
Rubber
pwn,
chicken.
and then pwn them with the Tebow Baggins. I mean, there's that just doesn't happen. So this is a rare game, I would say.
Anti-Solar Flare is inviting us to a great debate with top players to discuss the competitive gaming aspect.
Sure. And we're working on a lot of that stuff right now. We're working on tournament play, working on clans. We have some upcoming announcements where we're teaming up with some pretty big heavy hitters when it comes to competitive gaming. So so I'm excited about that. But it's gonna, this stuff takes a little while. We're in open beta and we want to keep building the community, but we also need you guys to let us know what you want in that competitive arena so that we build the right stuff.
Go to the forums and let us know. We are always patrolling. Go to the forums, or if you don't feel comfortable for whatever reason, send us an email. Go to our website at euphoriagames.com. There's a link to it on offensivecombat.com where you can log on and play the game for free. But just let us know, because we value your opinion. We want to make this the game that you want to play. So.
Lurker.
Wait,
come on in, Ben. Come say hi.
That's Ben
come
Coleman.
say hello,
He's leaving.
Boo.
He's so shy. Ben Coleman, one of our designers.
AKA Rage the Cat.
That's right.
Somebody was asking how you deal with hackers, and so we do talk about this almost
Punch him
every
in the
week.
balls.
Kinda.
Yeah.
We actually have sharks with lasers on their head that
Sharks with
patrol.
lasers. I wish we did, actually, because that would be a really easy solution.
It would be.
We actually started the game not thinking about it from a competitive point of view or an esport point of view, but really from a MMO background point of view. And we built an authoritative server, which is a much different type of server than I think people that play first-person shooters are used to playing on. And everything gets basically verified by the server. All the other games you play out there are client-based servers, and so all the clients are verifying what they're doing, and then they're sending it back to the server. That means people on their client can make speed hacks and lag hacks and all these other things. You can't actually do that in our game because the server actually verifies whether you're supposed to be doing that and what your position is, and if it doesn't agree, it puts you back where you were before. And so
another one of the unique things about a browser-based game.
Yeah, it's really it's really an odd combination, but really awesome for people that want to play fair and for it to be esport compliant. That's why you also don't see a lot of first-person shooters be esport compliant, in reality, unless they're on a closed console environment or something like that, where they can't actually be hacked. So this is going to be one of the first, and so we're excited about that. We're doing a whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to be announcing and releasing later, and some stuff we're never ever going to tell anybody because it's so awesome and it really deters people. We already did some pretty awesome stuff, I think, in deterring people that are using abusive language.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Anybody on the broadcast or on the chat can tell you what happens when you start
to curse,
to unload on somebody.
One other thing that I'm the Lurker has been very persistent about this the whole show, so we might as well get to it. And that's that he saw Canna Banana's name in Paint House. What do I have to do to get mine in Ghetto Blaster?
Oh, interesting.
Be an active member. Canna has been with us since the very beginning and has been outspoken and very, open, contributing to all these suggestions, ideas. There are many things that we have in here thanks to Canna, so we wanted to give him something in return as a gesture of our thanks.
I'd also like to note that there's quite a few things in the game that people haven't found yet. Little nods.
That's right.
Yes, he is not the only one. We have a few people who we just wanted to do something to just show our thankfulness for them contributing.
As Dublin Johnny, one of our longtime fans and friends, has said, Canna griefing on 12-year-olds for 4 months now.
That's right. That's experienced top 10 player.
And Dublin Johnny wants everyone to know that he is a toilet. That is true.
That's true. We did immortalize the Dublin John.
He's a Lou.
Ask James 27. This question he's asked a couple times. There are many websites where people can post hacks. Are you allowed to close down those sites because wouldn't there be terms of agreement? Against the terms of agreement? I'd say that's a question for the lawyers, right? We're not.
You could, but
There's a reason we make video games. We didn't go to law school.
Yeah.
I actually I did, and then I stopped and made video games. But no, it's really not necessary. The truth is that we built our system so that it was that it limited that kind of behavior, and we like all players, right? And we don't like players cheating, but I'd venture to say that you're not going to see a lot of hacks on websites for us that are going to work very well. So I hope not anyway. But yes, his answer is correct. You could shut them down if they were creating things that broke your terms of service agreement, but that's boring. So
there you go. The Ken's Crypt wants to know if we built this on Unity. Yep.
We did
Yes,
actually.
we did.
That's
easy.
Yeah. correct answer
There's
is
not
yes.
not a whole lot of games that
Chad
look like
Stone-
this on Unity. That's for sure.
Chad Stone wants to let us know that the game looks like a shitty version of TF2, which isn't already a bad game. Time to rebuild it, guys. You're welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm
Yeah?
glad
Yeah.
you're having fun playing it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, everybody's,
How
has
high,
their opinion. That's
how
fine.
high were we when we made the terrible game? Let's see.
We were exceptionally high, and
I
we
was
talked about
totally
this.
drunk. I'm
You-
sorry.
Yeah.
Every animation.
Clearly can see this by the motion and animation in the game. Those were all made
And that's done.
under the influence.
That's funny.
The band.
It's
It's okay.
incredible. I see. Shore also says incredibly high. I agree, because he
Shore
would have said
is,
that here. Shore's always incredibly high.
The Ken Script wants to know that I think that's nice. That Unity's actually practical. He's developing his own game. Good luck with that.
That's hard.
Yes, it is hard work, but obviously when you care about it, it works out.
Yeah,
pretty
I mean, this team. I mean, a lot of people don't know. They probably just think that we're a bunch of indie guys that have done nothing before. But I think collectively we've worked on 22 shooters. I think was the last count, which is just crazy. And we just have a world of experience. We have a really nice cross section of, youthful exuberance, and old guys like me that have lots of experience.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
And no, I mean, it's a good combination because we're not burned out old
Yeah.
guys that are not making good games anymore, and then there's all these new ideas and sort of fresh approaches to making things look great in a web browser, which is coming to play now.
So people know what games did you work on before this?
Oh, I was on Gotham City Imposters. I was one of 3 animators on that team, and I love that team. Those are great animators. And I also, most recently, coming out in the fall, was on Guardians of Middle-earth, which
Cool.
is a League of Legends-esque type game that's going to be downloadable on XBLA. So
There you go. Experience. Chris, you've been in a million games, but can you hit us with some of the highlights?
Oh, a long time ago, I made a game called The Dataless Encounter.
I remember that Tia Carrera.
Yeah, with Tia Carrera. That's
Yeah.
right. 11th. I worked on the 11th Hour a long time ago. I also worked on quite a few of the Spider-Man games. I worked on a lot of the X-Men properties, True Crime.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of us worked on the agency game coming out of SOE that got canceled, and that's part of why we started this company. And so there's a lot of guys from there. Yeah, just tons of stuff. X-Men Legends I designed.
Yep.
There's lots of stuff.
And I was on the SOCOM team, the MAG team,
Yeah.
Unit 13, as did Blaine Higdon. He's one of the designers of this. We have designers who have also done The Suffering and No One Lives Forever, and we have people that have been on Call of Duty and all sorts of
yeah, we have a
Good
wall
games.
of fame over
Quick.
there too,
Yeah.
which is very nice.
which we need to add to. It's
We
been
need
a
to
while
add
since
to.
we
It's a
updated
little
it.
outdated.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, as FPS fans and devs, how much fail was Daikatana?
Number 2. That was a 10. There's no question.
I would go. I
No,
would,
no,
I would-
10. Come on. There's no other
Yes,
answer.
10.
There's no
I was
other
trying
answer.
to be
Let's be
diplomatic
honest,
about
okay?
it.
Don't be
Let's
diplomatic. It was a
just be honest.
I didn't forget SOCOM vents there. I mentioned it.
He did. And actually, somebody else mentioned, or Dublin Johnny was mentioning SOCOM and MAG for you again. So there you go.
Yeah. So I think that let's show them the map one more time before we go. Why not? The new
Again,
stuff.
if you're just joining us and you want to play this game that you're seeing, please go to offensivecombat.com. You can sign in, make an account for free, or you can link it to your Facebook or your Twitter account, which you can also follow us on, which is Euphoria Games at
Games.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't tweet.
Way to follow.
So I don't tweet. I don't. I'm sorry.
okay.
I just don't.
Yep.
not
At
my
Euphoria
thing.
Games.
Yeah, at Euphoria Games. And
Yep.
then Facebook.com/offensivecombat.
I'm at Chris R. Archer.
And you don't tweet, you're sure? You gonna start tweeting now?
No.
She's at
God,
Barnell.
No.
No?
God, no.
Alright.
No.
And I'm a
I
Dunham
have a
Smash.
personal life. I keep it personal.
Yeah. Thanks. I had to do it for work. So what were we? Oh, the mode here actually, if people are watching it, is an upcoming mode, not something that we're going to be launching next week. But I called Terminator mode, and as you can see it, when they kill the Terminator, they get to do their damage
Mass
to him.
ponage.
Mass ponage. Oh, there she is again.
Aha.
That's her. Remember, this is pre-recorded right here. But this is the new map.
They're all
How-
trying to take out the one guy right now. That's the key to this one. It's asymmetrical PvP, which means there's an uneven amount of people on one side or the other. And so in this case, it's one person against all the other players. And the one person has just massive amounts of HP and does tons of damage. And everybody else is trying to kill him. And here we go. They did it.
There you go. And there's
Congratulations.
the phone number.
Zombies galore.
Ben has a great comment. He says, "How can an owl not tweet?" I think that's a great
Wow.
comment.
I want you to know this is an actual fact. Barn owls do not hoot, nor do they tweet. They actually hiss like a cat.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay, well, that's scary
Thank
now.
you. That's a little
Don't hiss at me.
Do you want to know how they got the name, the barn owl? Back in the day, they used to nail them to the barns because they would ward off evil spirits because of the weird sounds that they'd make.
Nice.
I just don't
Thank you.
become a fan. I'm actually a fact researcher.
I love this. I love this cauldron, by the way.
So here's the map.
That thing does really.
I know. It's
Look at actually, and the map. What else? How about some more questions before we roll?
Yeah, and
thing.
a T-shirt.
Yeah, let's give away another T-shirt. I think that's a great suggestion. So these are the two that we have. If you could hold that one up, please, Sabrina. And then here's the other one.
Somebody's asking about enemy territory, which is interesting.
So you have the Cockshot shirt and the Just Opponent shirt. Chris, why don't you pick one of our chat people?
Do I
at
get to
random?
pick?
Yeah.
Creepy. Well, there it is. Wow, how fast was that? Give it to me. The Tominator.
Okay, the Tominator. All you have to do is send a private message to the Offensive Combat here on Twitch TV with the preferred shirt size that you want and the address to send this to. Make sure it's private message, not in the public window. And which one you want, and we'll get it out to you within the week. It takes about 1 or 2 weeks to get.
So the Tominator, you need to personal message
Okay.
on here, right?
Yeah.
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 They're asking. So
Congratulations to the winners of the T-shirts this week.
Yes, for
Yep.
sure. And we'll have those same T-shirts are in the game.
not available in stores
That's right.
Yes.
yet.
Maybe they should be. Though.
Yet. Yet.
Start selling them. That'd be good.
What are the 2 T-shirts?
you got a shirt and did.
I know. Hey, it was fast.
The Just Opponent shirt. There you go again.
Hello, Justin. Entering.
Master Programmer over there. And then the Cockshot shirt. Right here. There you go.
Nice. Which
And, yeah,
one?
on the back.
Okay, 10 seconds.
You just let us know which one you want in there.
10 seconds or nothing. And there it is. Oh, okay. There you go. He says thanks.
Perfect.
What else? We got any other questions?
Any plans on adding bosses? We are doing PV.
We are doing.
PvE
Somebody
stuff.
else asked earlier about PV as well, and we are planning on doing. I mean, this is the beginning. The asymmetrical PvP is actually the beginning of what would be a PvE experience, which the Terminator could actually be AI. And you can also see there's a lot of characters we just put in the game that would be more like appropriate for a horde mode, for example. And so you're gonna see some of that as well. And so we do plan to do that, and just more and more as time goes on.
Joey Dash wants to know if there'll be mods for the game.
You know, that's a good question. We do think that the trajectory for the game is going to eventually be user-generated content. So, I mean, I think for any game to have a long-lasting life, we need to allow people to create content. Is that ready today? No. But do we plan on doing it later? Absolutely, because we want people to really invest their time and energy into things that they like so that the rest of the community can enjoy those too. And maps is a great example of that. Where we don't really sell maps and we're not selling map packs and things like that, like some of the other games. And so that could be an area where people could really, I mean, with the right pieces, you know, guys, our designers and guys like, you know, our artists can put together a map like this in a very short order. This one came together very quickly by a very talented guy.
Very talented guy.
But you can see
Miracle
how
worker.
powerful, how powerful it can be if you have the right tools.
And we also have one other thing worth mentioning is we have a lot of questions asking people who want to work here. We are hiring. We're hiring a couple positions. You still looking for the analytics person?
We are still looking for the analytics person.
That job description will be on the Euphoria Games website.
That's unfortunately me right now, and
Yeah.
I'd like another job.
And we're looking
Game
for a
designer
producer.
is a good job for me.
Yeah.
We are looking for producer, which is also my other job,
so,
which is also something that I'd like not to do and to be a game designer instead.
so go to euphoriagames.com, click on jobs, and you can see what we're looking for. And we'll look on hiring.
What else? We are actually looking. Well, no, we already have enough of those.
Need a coffee guy? No. We don't need a coffee.
Yeah, we have lots of coffee guys.
We do.
We do
actually,
make our own coffee.
It got to the point where instead of having coffee guys, we just bought a machine and put it on a desk.
There you go. You got to do it.
One last question before we go, and it's from Outworld Panda. What is your position on lag? Like players from other countries play on NA-based servers. We kind of touched on this earlier, but if you're just joining us,
They're dogging you and me, Dunham.
I know.
Need
They always do.
good-looking guys to draw in more players. I don't think so. I actually think that's the opposite.
Yeah. Folks need to relate. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
They need to
Just
relate.
we're you guys. Come on.
Right. Plus, it's like a balance, right? You have Sabrina in the middle.
That's right.
There. Yeah.
So what was the question?
Lag
Oh, lag.
on North American servers versus folks from not on North America.
Yeah, I mean, right now all the servers are in North America and the U.S. But very soon, as soon as we have some new technology that we're putting in, we're going to be opening up servers in Europe. So we're going to cover all of Europe, and that should cover quite a bit of other area as well, and grab a lot of those people that are currently playing on the U.S. servers, and in some cases lagging out other people.
There you go. This okay, I lied. It's not the last question. This must be the first time someone made a game sitting on Twitch talking about it and promoting it this way. Thumbs up. Thanks. We're glad to. We're here every
I
week.
hope so.
Thank you.
We're here every single week.
We have fun doing the show.
We really are about just wanting to build a game with our community. So this is one of the big ways that we have the opportunity to do that, where you get to see us and we get to talk with you directly. And again, go to our forums, send us emails. We listen to you. We really want to make a game for you. It's not so much about, us making a huge we want to make a profit. We want to make a profit, don't get me wrong, but we do want to make a game for you that you want to play. That's the idea here.
Yeah, a lot of people say that they listen to the community and they want to do it, but that's really part of our philosophy from the beginning is what do the players want? And let's try and spread it. You only hire people who live in the USA. That's where we're based. So for now, I would say that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Particularly this Seattle-ish area.
We don't only hire people who live in the U.S. We have a couple of Canadians here.
There you go.
They're
do.
definitely
live here.
they're definitely foreigners.
But they live here.
They did. They moved
they
here.
live here. They pose as Americans pretty well.
Yep. I couldn't tell unless I asked them.
Yeah, Venser, you should follow me on Twitter when I talk boxing. Oh, you don't have to pay for it. I'll just live stream what happens.
So any last questions from these guys? So blame Canada, of course.
Great movie.
The South Park movie.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's fantastic. Any last questions for us before we go?
And anybody?
Okay,
moderators?
that's it.
Again,
Okay.
log on to offensivecombat.com if you'd like to play. It's free to play. Just sign up and start playing and tell us what you think.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll be back again next week, Wednesday. What is that? That's October 17th at 3 p.m. It'll be you, maybe you.
Maybe.
Depends.
Depends on how much I have going on, too.
Actually, let's see what the chat room has to say.
I'm very busy being a secretary.
Make sure
around
you
here.
Should we leave Shore off the show and have it just be me and Sabrina, or should we? No, Dunham's actually not going to be here
Yes.
next week, so
I actually won't be here for a couple weeks.
there you go.
Yeah, so if you don't mind, if I could hijack it real quick.
Go ahead, hijack.
So a lot of folks who have been following me on Twitter and Facebook want to say thank you. I am going away for a few weeks to get surgery for the big C. I have cancer, which I'm
Nice.
going to try to get rid of
But
through surgery next week.
very treatable,
Yes.
and I've asked him not to go into this crazy Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I'm not going
Character.
to sell
Yeah.
meth.
No, you don't. Just cook. Just don't cook it.
Just cook
Yeah.
it, okay.
Yeah, just cook it.
Okay.
Anyway,
You can
But-
sell. We just don't want to be involved with your people.
Got
That's
it.
all. We have a
He's-
very, it's hard enough balancing the tension that goes on
true.
around here.
so everybody should support.
I would.
Right.
But if
Yes.
you're gonna
We all
make
support.
that whatever it is that he blows up that building in episode 2,
Dude, that
I
was
mean,
awesome.
please, I would love to test
So
that.
she
and
clearly
for people who
clearly
haven't
she
watched the
watches
show,
the show too.
I do. I mean,
But I just wanted to say thank you to everyone on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of messages, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot. It's really cool. And everyone here at work is really understanding the fact that you're letting me escape for a little bit. I appreciate
It's our pleasure, and you know what? Yeah, if
it's the best
everybody
escape
should
plan
support us.
anybody
Yeah.
ever had.
Yeah.
I
That's
right.
gotta say.
All you have to do.
Yeah, don't do this at home.
So you'll be hosting next
I
week,
will.
though, right?
I'll be. I'll try. I'll try to fill your shoes, which is going to be hard.
I think we wear the same size shoes. What size do you wear?
If you leave your shoes, I'll try to fit in them.
I wear 12 and a half wide.
Oh well, you're.
Maybe you have bigger shoes. I
No,
don't know.
no, they're about the same. You're
Okay,
right.
so yeah.
Yep.
So you're filled.
I wear like a
Shore
size
and
5.5
Shore and
in
Shore.
men.
I guess Shore has to come back on the show, which I'm
Yeah.
kind of disappointed about. And
Wow.
no,
Wow.
well, he's
There
on
you go.
the chat, so I'm expecting a comment. And then of course we'll have a guest, either Sabrina or somebody else.
Yeah,
Somebody
let us
else
know.
gets the
Let us
honor.
know in the forum so you'd like to come back.
See, Kenna has a friend here too.
Oh yes, of course. Well, we like.
And I think that would actually
Suck
be a
it
great
again.
suggestion too.
So I got a second. Suck it again.
There you
So
go. Very nice.
I actually
We
am
miss you too,
looking
Michael.
forward to Michael coming back. So.
Well, Michael may not be here. He'll be out of town.
Oh,
on
that's
Tuesday.
right.
Are you gonna make it real quick, Mike?
this is the Sabrina and Chris show.
Yeah.
Chris
No,
and
no,
Sabrina.
I will-
Chris and Sabrina.
I will go over there and convince Vanderbeest to come.
No, we might have to have two special guests
Yeah,
next
two.
week, is what I'm saying. So
It'll be Archer
We'll
plus
see.
2. Probably her. Thanks, guys.
Yep. It'll just be me, and I'll just talk like this the whole time.
That's creepy. We'll see you next
Anything
week.
for you, Mr. J.
We're gonna send you off with the trailer. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Bye.
In war, extreme circumstances call for extreme measures.